Hello there, everybody. Welcome back. I'm here to be talking about Shelby Oaks. Now, this is the newest horror film to come out, and it follows this girl who is looking for her long-lost sister and what happened to her and her group of friends when they were last going to film a video investigating paranormal stuff for their YouTube channel. And it just follows her trying to figure out, what happened to her and the mystery surrounding all of that and the supernatural. Ooh. And going into this film, I was really looking forward to it. Not necessarily because it appealed to me, because I'm not really a big type of horror guy. I mean, I'll review stuff and watch stuff, but that's not my main interest. But seeing who the director was, which I gotta give a huge shout out to Chris Stuckman. Now, he was one of my, I'd say, inspirations to start my channel all those, almost a decade ago, I believe. My first video was in 2016. And seeing him do the same type of thing, doing movie reviews and, starting on YouTube and finally living out his dream and making a film, I just gotta give, a round of applause to him, because I'm so happy that he was able to accomplish that. And I hope he's able to continue to make more films. And with all that said, this film, for like a first film, is really great. So the main thing I love about it is, for one, the performance from the main actress, Camille Sullivan, who is trying to look for, her sister and, her friends, because they were running this channel called The Paranormal Paranoids, which was in like around 2007, 2008, when YouTube was really just kicking off. And they would go to like haunted houses or abandoned amusement parks and stuff, and they would do like supernatural type videos, kind of like Mythbusters or something like that, investigating the paranormal. And eventually the four of them ended up going missing, and there's like a mystery that our main protagonist is trying to unsolve, not only to find her sister, but uncover what is going on. And the main actress has to carry the film really on her own shoulders, because she's our protagonist. She's the one leading us into this story. So I think she did a terrific job. And the other thing I want to give a shout out for is the first half of the film I was really intrigued with, because it was kind of filmed like a interview style, like found footage style, with how it was being recorded and shown to us. And also kind of like a documentary where the main character and other people are being interviewed about the characters that went missing and the mystery and the surrounding. And then it gets to like the nitty gritty where it's her, the main character, investigating stuff. I just really appreciated the editing and cinematography in that aspect. I thought it was really well done. And the supporting cast around is all pretty solid, but I mean, it really is focused on the main actress. She's in the film, she carries it, and I just gotta, give a shout out. And also the marketing, while pretty low, since it is I believe it was founded on Kickstarter and it was then picked up by Neon, Mike Flanagan, executive producing stuff. But the marketing about, what happened to Riley Brennan, that type of text with this. Seeing, that main quote, that main question, and, giving you intent. It kind of reminded me a bit of the Blair Witch Project's marketing. And in a lot of ways, this film, I feel like, is a little bit similar, at least with the first half, with how it's found footage type feel to it, and the creepy mystery and paranormal stuff. So, and that's known as like one of the best films in that genre, so that's some huge praise there. Now, one of my complaints, I'd say, is I've seen a lot of people complain about this too, is the ending. It felt like, I'm not going to give spoilers, because I do want you to support this film and see it, despite some flaws I have, is that the ending is kind of a letdown. Like, you go through this entire journey, and the ending's like, alright, it seems pretty solid, and it took an interesting turn. And then the final, like, 3 minutes or so happens, and you're like, what? And then it just ends, and you're like, huh? And it was very unfortunate, because that's what a lot of horror films fault victim to, is that the film could be pretty great, but the ending doesn't quite stick the landing for you, and it could kind of ruin the taste of the film overall. And I still enjoy the film for what it was, especially as like a first feature film. And I really like and respect the main director, Chris, but the ending wasn't the best. And there are a lot of moments where, like, it's this, I guess you could say, exposition dump, which I was fine with for the most part, but there isn't as much, like, I guess, thrills per se. There were moments where I was, like, tense, covering my ears and stuff, but it wasn't, like, it was, you could just tell it was a first film, which, again, I respect, I get it, you know, but it isn't, like, one of the best horror films ever made, which I don't think was the intention. But I guess I'm getting into rambling territory, but like I said, the main performance from the actress was great. The cinematography and suspenseful feel, especially like the first half of the film, I thought was great. And even up to the ending, like, I thought it was a pretty solid film all around, and I definitely recommend you checking it out. So those are my thoughts on Shelby Oaks. Again, what did y'all think of this film? If you had the chance to see it, please let me know down below in the comment section. And if you want to hit the bell as well to get notified of when I upload, that would mean so much to me. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.